Hello everybody and welcome back to Dana's Coloring Obsession. I hope you guys are all well and that you had a great weekend and you are ready to go for this week on this Monday morning. Welcome to our next mashup. I have some things that I'm working on to show you. I got a few things and we will probably color a bit. I will just jump right in. What's on top is the things that I'm working on. So we'll start there. I did finally start our next color along in Seasons by Hannah Carlson. It's officially in the ugly stage, so it's okay. I'm telling myself that. I did do oil pastels and then some fixative, which is the Peebo Studio Acrylic gel in the matte. I did use that on it so I can continue, and then what I'm gonna keep going on is well, obviously I'm gonna color the rest of it, and then I am gonna be doing a lot more on the background to make it look good. So don't worry. But I did get a jump on that. I am going to continue that this week. I'm hoping, oh, oops, I got some, oh well, I can go over that or erase it maybe. Anyway, I'm going to be continuing on that. Hopefully finish it this week. For those of you who don't know, we are doing a full book color along with the community in this book. And we have 4 pages complete in here. We did a color palette from Sarah Renee Clark for this one. And we did this one with mostly Albert Durer's watercolor pencils, whatever watercolor pencils you have. Or if you didn't want to do watercolor pencils, you don't have to follow exactly what I do. We did this one. It's a little shiny, sorry. Which is my favorite thing so far. And then we also did this one for last month. So yeah, and this is the one I'm currently working on for October. And I'm hoping, like I said, to get that out by the end of this week, I'm hoping. So that's what I'm working on for that. And I have my full book project book, Matchstick Mouse Floral by Morgan O'Brien with Lauren from Low Colors. And we have this page, and all I've done is acrylic paint pen, a brush pen from Thule Art, which it was kind of streaky, but I'm trying to get rid of them, so I'm using them up for the background. And then I'm just using some, I started basing with the Artex Oros alcohol marker set. They're all pastel. So I'm going to finish basing and then I'll go in with a pencil set. I'm not sure which yet, and finish that up. So that won't take me very long. And that will be after this month, we will have completed 50% of this book. I'm so excited. And I'm working on there's a couple things that I showed you last week that I haven't worked on anymore, so I'm not going to show those to you again because there's nothing new on them. But I did start another one in Haunted by Angela Porter. Sorry. And it's this page I'm kind of going off of. I might change a few things, but sort of going off of that one. And I started with my Albert Durer's because the paper felt better than the Amazon paper, but I don't really like the way that they performed in here. I did the little mushroom caps and then these with the Albert Durer's and some of these shrubs. Didn't really like the way they performed, so I'm not going to use those anymore. I'm just going to pick a different pencil set, probably because of all the bright colors of pinks and purples and things. I'll probably use my Black Widows, possibly. But I went in with the Graby glitter gel pens in some areas, which they're really bright and fun, but they bleed through a lot of different things. So if you get them, be very cautious. Now this is not good you know, it's pretty much Amazon. It's better than Amazon, I would say, but it's not the best paper. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But I would only use, if you do get those glitter gel pens, here, let me show them to you again. If you do get these from Gravy, they're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colors, but and they're very juicy, and I think that might be why they bleed through a lot. But they bled through on my Small Squares Disney book, and now this one. I'm scared to try them in any other of my non-one-sided ones. So I'm only going to be using these on one-sided illustrations. But they are a very neat gel pen. Just FYI. And they're not very expensive. Anyway, so I started that, and I'm just going to go in with, like I said, a different pencil set and finish it up, I think. And maybe, you know, obviously probably add some more embellishments. It's very cute, very busy page. And that'll be my first one done in that one. And I started a background in Spooky Adventures of Witch Cat by Sarah Shevchik. This is the Christina's Art Corner does a hashtag and a community buddy color in this book every month, and this will be the 3rd month that we do it. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that one last, because I will show you that last because I used one of the things that I got that I'm going to show you. So one of the art supplies. Anyways, I am working on this page. It's a buddy color with my sister Amy, and I chose this neon crazy color palette to do something different. I don't know how washed out that looks. I don't know how bright I can't tell. Anyway, and so I don't really have a lot to do left. I went in, this is Black Posca paint pen, and then this is a Langau silver gel pen, and then the pencils I'm using are Prismas, and I think I'll probably work on this with you today on the video. I have to figure out if I'm going to use, I was thinking about using the orange for these different leaves around. I don't know what I'm going to do with the acorns yet though, and I was thinking about doing grays for the wood while I'm finished showing you these kinds of things. I'll think about it, but so working on that in a minute. I'll put that to the side, and this is what I was going to show you. Okay, so I just did the background first layer. I think I might, you know, kind of jazz it up a little more with Derwent ink tints. Now, if you've been in my channel for any amount of time, a couple months ago, I stated that I am not good with Derwent ink tints. Every time I used them, it was a disaster, and that is true up until, okay, so I had several fails with the ink tints 72 set, and I gave them to my sister because I was sure that they were just not for me. And I love my Albert Dürer watercolor pencils, and I thought, okay, that's fine for me. Well, over the last couple of months, I've been seeing everybody using their ink tints and how wonderful everything looks when they use them, and I was, you know, anyways, so I hadn't planned, I wasn't planning on purchasing them, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I was on the Blick website, and they were 50% off, you guys. I don't know if they still are, but go grab them if you've been waiting for them, because they were literally 50% off. I got the 100 set with the new colors, 50% off on Blick. So if you're interested, now's the time to grab them if they still are. It was probably 4 or 5 days, well, probably a week ago now. So with shipping and stuff, it didn't take long to get to me. But so I have started a background with them, and it's okay. I need to fine tune a few spots that look kind of but that's my background started in that book. But let me, well, I think you probably have seen swatches and stuff of these, but they're gorgeous. 100 set. There's 3 trays of them. They're gorgeous. I need to get a pencil case for them. Let me show you the swatch. Okay, so here are all the colors, all 100 of them, and what I did was the left side is dry and then it's activated on the other side. But those are all of the colors. Now I did notice, and people probably have said this before on numerous occasions, that the pencil butt of the pencil, the color, is not true to what the color is on a lot of these. So be careful. Don't just go by the colors on your pencils. Do a swatch chart for this. But they come in this metal case, all protected and lovely. And I will be practicing a whole bunch with those to get better with them. Okay, and I picked up a few books. Now, I follow Colored by Maya. Anybody I mention will be down in the description below. And she recently did a video on an artist that I had been following on Etsy for a very long time. I'm not a big, like, I have PDFs on a few different color books, 3 or 4 or 5, I guess. And that's fine, but I prefer the coloring books themselves. That's just my preference. So I was waiting because on Etsy, the shipping can be astronomical depending, where it comes from and how far it needs to get to you. But so on Etsy, to get those coloring books from her, I'll tell you the name and everything in a second, was just expensive for me. So I was holding off, and Maya made a video and said that she was on Amazon now, and I didn't know that. I was so excited. I basically ran to Amazon and bought several of her books, actually most of them. Some are still on the way, but I do have the fairy tale books, and these are Amadine Huang books. Now this is Red Riding Hood. And if you want a full flip through, go ahead and go to Maya's channel. She goes through a lot of all these books in good detail. But her style, I just love it. Look at, that's After the Wolf Eats Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. Now there's a little bit of a dark spin on it. That's grandmother before. Look at her. She's got she's like a witch, I think, but there's Little Red Riding Hood. I just love her style. It's just amazing. So there's Little Red Riding Hood, and I really like the Cinderella one. Cinderella at the Pumpkin Ball, I think is what it's called. So this one is kind of Halloween-y too, but the others aren't. Excuse me, but there's just, look at that one. Gorgeous pages, and she's so unique. Her illustrations are so unique and just lovely. I'm in love. They're awesome. I can't wait to color in here. And then there's also Little Mermaid. And like I said, Maya flips through most of these. Aren't they fun? And she does have like a stained glass one picture in like a lot of them too. But the perspective and everything is so different. So, and then there is Snow White. One of the dwarves. Bashful, I think. But yeah. Fun. And then the last one that I have so far, again, I have a couple more of her books on the way, is Hansel and Gretel. Aren't they great? But yeah, so Amandine or Amandine, I don't know. I probably am mispronouncing it, but that's how you spell it. So she's on Amazon now, and they are a little bit more expensive than the average coloring book, but you do get a lot of illustrations. And they are not translated. They're, let's see, I think she has 9 coloring books total, and I think like 7 or 8 of them are on Amazon. So her other ones are like a lot of portraits, like a circus type book that's called Freaks, like the Bearded Lady and the Strongest Man type book. And then there's pinups. And then there's a couple other that are just sketches of fun things that she did. I'm not sure what the title of those are, but some of those are on the way to me. But I wanted to show those to you. Aren't they amazing? I think they are awesome. And yeah, I think now I'm going to jump into coloring. Oh, one more thing. So I had a mishap. I'll show you. In my seasons book while I was filming, after I put down the masking fluid, and after I was done with the oil pastels and I was taking off the masking fluid, I've had, for the first time, because I've used masking fluid in Hannah Carlson's books before, I had some tearing happen with my drawing gum. I've used this for a long time and haven't ever really had a problem with it. I don't know if maybe underneath wasn't all the way dry, or if I had too much in one spot and it just lifted the paper. I was being very careful. And recently I just watched a video from Colorful Escape. Let me verify the name of her channel. Hold on. Sorry, A Colorful Escape is her channel name, and I just found her and subscribed. But she just did a 3-part color along in this book, the pumpkin book page. Not this book, I'm sorry. Hannah Carlson's Halloween book. And it's the one with the 9 pumpkins on the page. Anyways, it's wonderful. She's very talented. But she used her electric eraser, just her AFMAT like I have. And so I asked her if that was, had she ever ripped the paper with like doing it that way, or, you know, if she's had really good luck with that. And she said the only time she's ever ripped paper was once, and the paper was wet underneath the glue or the drawing gum or masking fluid. So she does use masking fluid. I don't know which kind. I don't remember if she showed it on the video or not. It's not mine, I know that. Anyways, so I'm going to try that next time and use my electric eraser, and maybe that won't be so bad. Yeah, it was really bad. I think I'm going to use one of my, the Micron pen. I'm going to try using this and draw the lines back on the pages, and then try my best to cover that up. That's going to be really hard to make it not, well, it's black. It's going to be a black cat, so maybe that won't be bad, but the pages, anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to share with you guys that might be, if you've had a bad experience with the masking fluid and or drawing gum, that could be an answer to the problem. Now, I've used this too before. This is the adhesive eraser, and they're cheap on Amazon. But if you're not careful and you don't pay attention, you do get some oil pastel or residue on the corner, and you can get it all over the inside of you can still make a mess with these. So, and that goes for the same thing for the electric eraser, I suppose. You just have to be careful, but I'm going to try that. I'm just on the hunt for something that's not going to hurt the paper, that I don't have to be scared every time I use my drawing gum. Anyway, enough about that tangent. Let's jump in. I'm going to go grab my pencils. I'm using Prismas. I don't know if I said that or not. Prisma pencils for this. And I will grab them and be right back. Okay, look at this, you guys. You can't tell. That's so funny. Look at this. You cannot tell which pencil set that I favor the most. Look at, I've got a whole bunch of colors, but look at all these nubbies. You can't tell which color pencil set I use the most or love the most, you know, huh? My Prismas. I can't help it. Okay. So I'm going to finish this bow. I didn't realize I didn't do the middle of it. And then, you know, now this color palette does have a scarlet in it. So I think I'm going to pull, because all I have are 3 oranges that I've used already on the bow. But I am going to, for the leaves, I think I'm going to use the oranges, but also incorporate some reds for our darkest color on them. Since it's in this palette anyways. That just scares me because I don't see red as part of this color palette, but I mean, I get it, it's scarlet. But yeah, so I'm gonna grab my scarlet in my Prismas. I think there's a scarlet, anyways, the equivalent of, I knew it was Scarlet, but I didn't remember what the actual full name is. It's Scarlet Lake. Okay, so I'm going to use Scarlet Lake and Poppy Red, and then go in with some of the other oranges, which is the Pale Vermilion and the orange. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for my leaves, but I'm gonna finish this first, so hold on. So let's take the Pale Vermilion, because that's my darkest color for the bow. Oh, if you can hear my dryer singing, I'm sorry. It's done apparently. So how am I? I am plugging along, same old, same old. Cannot wait for my doctor's appointment with the neurosurgeon on the 6th. Cannot wait for that. Real quick, I'm not going to talk on and on about my ailments because I know some of you don't like that. But just so you guys are aware, I can't remember if I told you or not about what is wrong with my neck. I have a herniated disc, a bulging disc, stenosis all around 3 discs, and bone spurs all around those 3 discs. So, and all of that is in my neck from C4, which is like the middle of your neck, down to C7, which is like right connecting to down to your shoulders. So yeah, so I mean, at least I'm not complaining over nothing, I guess. You know, there is a reason why I'm in so much pain, which oddly is comforting. I'm not, you know, being a baby, I guess, is the thing, you know. Yeah, so, but anyways, besides that, my mom and dad are coming tomorrow. I'm excited about seeing them. And everybody else here is good. My husband is still really enjoying his new TV in our bonus room and his speaker system and all that jazz. We watched a movie in there last night, actually, and it was really neat. it was pretty fun. What else? I already told you and showed you that I started the color along finally, and it's in its ugly stages. Oh, but hopefully it'll turn out well. I'm really hoping, because I've been happy with our pages up to this point. So, I mean, there's always the case where you're not gonna love every page, and I know that, but I'm hopeful. There. Okay, so I'm finishing that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the bones. I might do the grays, because I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm doing with the bones yet, so I'm just going to leave that alone for now. But now I'm going to take the reds and do the other leaves. Let me move some of this other stuff on this side so I can scooch this over. And I'll zoom you in a little bit. I'm sorry, I didn't realize how far out the camera was. Okay, put my eyeballs back on. Okay. Oop. Boy, I got things going on everywhere here. My desk is a mess. Okay. Here we go. All right, I think I'm going to go from the outside in, which is not normally what I do. But we'll see how this goes. Put that the darkest color there on that curled up edge there. And these are Prismas, but I am going to go in light first, because I don't want it to, I want to be able to change it if I don't like it. But yeah. Been coloring a lot, even when I shouldn't be, because it keeps me sane. And I have, I think, 13 pages done right now, which is insane for me. And there are some of them are easy ones and color by numbers. But still, I mean, for having a couple weeks to go, that's crazy for me. And again, like I said, I probably it's keeping me sane, and I'm doing it anyway, regardless if I should or shouldn't. But yeah, so do I like this? I think it'll be fine. We're gonna go in. We're gonna do it YOLO. Oh my god, I haven't said that in forever, and you guys are all probably yelling at me right now. YOLO. Oh my. My little Jackson, my wiener dog, is doing well, and our other puppies are good. Everybody's healthy, happy. Loving their walks and stuff when it's not raining, because I'm in Oregon. And although it's absolutely gorgeous here, it rains a lot. A lot, a lot. So yeah, I did get my candy for the trick-or-treaters, so I'm all ready to go there. I'm excited. I'm hoping that there are going to be lots of littles coming to see their wonderful little outfits. But we'll see how busy we get. This will be our first Halloween here. So that was, you know, always my favorite time of the holiday was to trick or treat with my son when he was, you know, younger. So I have to live vicariously through others now that he's grown. Well, that's interesting. That's just gonna look weird. This is a crazy color palette for me, but I'm gonna do it. I'm committed. So yeah, I think I'll do the leaves like that. What do you guys think? What color should I do the acorns? These leaves, I don't know if you can tell how true the colors come through on the camera, but these leaves are greens. These pumpkins are like a teal bluish color. This is the actual color palette. I am going to incorporate, I think, grays for the wood. What should we do for the acorns? If all of these other leaves that I haven't colored are now going to be that color. Oh, I don't know if you can see. All of the pumpkin stems and the filigree stimmage around the pumpkins are going to be the two darkest colors of the leaves that are already done. So that's going to be that. I just don't know what color I should do the acorns. So if you have an opinion, please leave it in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate what you think I should do. But yeah, so let's do another leaf. I'm hoping that I get all of the pages done that I have started this month. And if I can get them done and still have time, I really want to do a page in the Cinderella book, the new Cinderella book, Cinderella and the Pumpkin, or the Halloween Ball, the book I just showed you, because Jordy Colors, is her fairy tale hashtag is Cinderella this month, and this is perfect because it's the Halloween version of Cinderella. So that's why I have these flags in here, because I would love, look at her in her dress. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at that little bat. Isn't he adorable? And her slipper. I like this page too. Maybe I should, I like this page, actually. Maybe I'll do this one if I have time. I was going to start one because I was really excited about getting these books, but I stopped myself because I don't want to have a massive amount of whips and then move past it because I'm going into the next month, you know. Anyway, so I didn't start it yet because I already have submitted a page for that hashtag. But I thought that book was perfect for it because it's October and she's got, you know, Cinderella. I think I should probably, I'm wanting to do a hashtag for you all, but I don't know what to do. I have to think on it. Have to think on it. I still have not finished my craft room where I do all the coloring and the filming. Still haven't finished this room. I'm kind of waiting because it requires a lot of the kind of movement that I shouldn't be doing right now. So that's kind of on hold a little bit. I don't have a lot to do, but as soon as all of that is done, I can't wait to do a video for you guys and have you meet my little helper that's always with me, my Jackson. I think that'll be fun. And you'll get to see my space and where my books are and all of that kind of jazz. I love those. I love watching those. So I'm hoping that you guys will like mine as well. But yeah. So again, in the comments, will you guys please let me know what you think about the acorns? I guess I could do them all in the range of the scarlet. But I don't know if that's going to be too close to these guys in color now. I don't know. Please let me know what you think in the comments. But that is going to wrap it up for today, you guys. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't. It helps my little channel grow, and we really appreciate it. And it'll let you know when I post another video. Until next time, guys, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you later.